Hey Gemini, Dark Dove Tarot here. Hope you're doing fantastic. This is your October 2019 love reading. This is going to generally be about reconciliation, whether it's possible, not possible, what the universe has to say about this person you're thinking about, etc. So I am going to try and get the singles reads out again this month, but right now my focus is on the people who contact me the most are wondering what their significant other is up to, or their ex, their somebody that they've lost contact with, etc. So again, this is for Gemini, October 2019. Sorry, something got stuck in my throat. And hopefully it resonates with the majority of you. I just like to preface, it's a general read. So if you want a read focused mainly on you, you would need to order a private read. The information is in the description below. Like I said, it is below. I just like to repeat that because I do get emails daily asking about how to get a private read, which I'm so thankful for, but the info is below, so you can grab that and get started on ordering one if that's what you want. All right. Any likes, subscribes, comments, etc. are greatly appreciated. Again, general read, so hopefully it resonates with the majority of you, but you want to check your sun, moon, and rising signs as well. A lot of times you can get more clarity, you can get more information for your story, or sometimes those signs just resonate more with you than others. All right, so let's get started here. Again, this is for Gemini, October 2019. I can't believe it's already October. That's crazy. All right, one more card, and then we'll pull your theme of the month card. All right, trying to get better about talking about which decks I use because I'm not great about it and I need to get better. The 10 card spread is the Deviant Moon Tarot card deck, and then I do your clarifying cards and your theme of the month with the 8-coin tattoo tarot deck. And I started using the Nicoletta Coccoli deck, which is beautiful, and I would love to use it more. It just, the color doesn't come out or pop as much on my table for you guys to see. So, all right, Gemini, let's pull your theme of the month, see what's going on. Theme of the month. I just said theme of the month. Theme of the month is the Queen of Pentacles. So, learning your lessons, wise, because the thing about the Queen is that she understands what's going on. She understands, she's gained wisdom, okay? She understands where maybe things have happened that didn't go right on her part or his. I don't apply sex to the cards, but this is either you understanding what it is you want, they understand what they want. The Queen of Pentacles is just, how can we come together and be attentive towards each other? Because she's very generous, she's loving, she's nurturing. I think last month it was pretty set that you guys were interested in still getting back together, or at least had a lot of loving feelings towards each other. And so the Queen just kind of reiterates that and says, if they come back to you attentive, or if they show you the love and passion that you desire, and vice versa, then you guys can get there. Because this is somebody who's very nurturing. This is somebody who wants to nurture you, or you want to nurture them. So I think this month is going to be a lot about how you treat each other, or how, if you guys communicate, how that comes across. Because the Queen is, again, like, wise. So she's like, if you treat me well, I'll treat you well. If you treat me like shit, I'm going to get, like, I'm not going to put up with that anymore. Basically, you reciprocate, you get what you reciprocate what you get. Okay. The next card you have is the Ace of Pentacles coming into the month. This is your current position coming into October. I love the Ace in all aspects, because the Ace is not only new beginnings, but it's prosperity. It's a plethora. So there's a lot of opportunities here. And I feel like, Gemini, this isn't just in love. You have 2 Earth cards here. For some of you, this could be financially, new jobs, new starts, because the Ace of Pentacles stands for new beginnings. Now, this could be a new beginning with an old person, or a new beginning with a new person. We'll see what the rest of the cards say. But the Ace of Pentacles is one of my favorites because it really feels very magical, feels very like you can have what you desire. The opportunities will present themselves. If you're wanting to date other people, there will be people, around that you will meet and go on dates with. If you want to be with this person and you're hoping you guys start communicating soon, the Ace of Pentacles is saying, here's a new spark in communication, or here's a new beginning in conversating with this person. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the Hanged Man. Could be dealing with a Pisces, but the Hanged Man is very similar attributes almost to the Queen, to a certain extent, okay? The Hanged Man is somebody who has sacrificed, and now has learned the wisdom. And so this tells me that you really have, like, you've learned your lessons from what has gone on with you and this person. where you could have been better, where you could have changed, and also where they could be. And I know that people have done some horrible things to each other. Like, I get it, okay? But it always takes two to tango. I'm not saying you guys did anything wrong. So, I'll get comments, I know, of people going, well, he or she cheated and they were awful. And I get that. I understand that. But at the same time, do you ever think about the theory? And I think about this personally, first time shame on you, second time shame on me. We have the choice to stay in certain situations. And a lot of us know in our gut, we've stayed in that situation a lot longer. So eventually it becomes hey, you should have gotten out of that situation because you deserved better. And the Hanged Man is reflecting that, saying, not necessarily this person, could be a lot of different situations in your life, but the Hanged Man is saying, you're no longer going to sacrifice your time and energy on somebody who's not worth it. The Queen wants to dote on somebody who is special and attentive, and she's learned her lesson to give her love in places where it's deserved. And the Hanged Man is just a reminder of that you're no longer going to hang upside down for somebody who isn't worth it. The next card you have is your distant past. So it could be over 5-10 years. It could be throughout childhood. Now you have the Five of Pentacles, which is loss, destitution. I really feel like this is a long time ago. Now, yes, you felt some sort of loss with this person, but I feel like you saw there was a loss of a family member, or and it doesn't even have to be a physical loss. It could be a loss of a parent or somebody who was special in your life. But for some reason, I don't know if there's an anniversary coming up of that, or like maybe your parents went through a terrible divorce, because this is really striking me in my stomach right now. It makes me want to just tear up for some reason. Like, I feel like a child or somebody who witnessed like their parents' divorce or witnessed abuse or something, or again, some sort of passing, and it could be an anniversary, or maybe lately this person's been on your mind. It could even just be somebody who's been gone, but they're like looking down on you. I can't explain it. A lot of times this card represents somebody watching you, and a lot of times it's like watching you on social media, and that could be happening. Somebody from your past, maybe you went through a divorce and now this person's like coming out of the woodwork. In fact, I feel like for some of you, whoever this is who's still present here, is coming forward. But be very careful here, because I don't feel like this is the person you're thinking of now. I think this is somebody from a long time ago, somebody divorced, a family member who there was a falling out, or a parent who left and you haven't talked to in a long time, or never talked to, it's something along those lines. Because this is a sadness, it's a grief, and it's making my stomach very uncomfortable. And so it feels like they're coming forward. And I would just be very careful, because I feel like this person did bring you a lot of sadness and grief. And I feel like the universe is saying, like, stay your course. Remember the new beginnings. Like, good God, don't look back. Don't look back. And again, I don't feel like it's this person you're dealing with now. So I feel like this is a completely different energy. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past few weeks, past month or two. And you have the Five of Cups. 2 5s in a row. I always end up messing these cards up. 2 5s in a row, so 5 could be a significant number for you. But the Five of Cups is very similar to the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Cups is also a loss. The Five of Cups is feeling a grief or a sadness. So either this breakup is recent, or you've been going through the motions of sadness, grief, loss, solitude. Because the Five of Cups is saying, I'd rather be in solitude. I'd rather not be with this person than to deal with it. Because again, both fives represent a loss or some sort of destitution, or some sort of feeling of not being with that person. So it's very interesting. Maybe this situation is feeling very similar to a situation you dealt with in the past, or a situation you witnessed a parent go through, or something like this. Because both of these represent a loss of some sort. This, I feel like, could be a physical loss of somebody, and maybe that person's been weighing heavily on your mind, a parent or grandparent. But this is solitude. Like, I'd rather be alone, not with anybody right now, than to deal with any type of BS. However, this is the past 2 weeks, past month or two. Now you're crossing into a new beginning. You're crossing into new opportunities with this ace come October. So I feel like September is going to be clearing the air for you. You're wise. You're understanding what you will sacrifice for, what you won't, what you will accept, what you won't, and moving forward onto something new. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus's card, so you could be dealing with a Taurus or have Taurus placements in your chart. But the Hierophant is religion. The Hierophant is learning. This is saying you've learned from your past. You've learned from things that have happened, and you're not going backwards, you're going forwards. The Hierophant is saying you're understanding that if this is meant to be, as cliche as it is, and I say it all the time, if it's meant to be, it'll be. Let go. And if it comes back, then it's meant to be. The Hierophant is saying, look, Gemini, you're putting a lot, before you were putting a lot of thought and energy into the situation. And this just tells me you're not. You're letting go of the sadness of the grief. You're saying, it's not going to bring me down. It's not going to tear me down, because I always get back up. I always recover. There's always a new opportunity. There's always a new beginning when I need it. And so you're kind of like, hey, the universe has my back, and I understand that when it comes time to know whether this is a person I'm supposed to be with, or whether I'm supposed to start all new beginnings everywhere, you'll know. Because for some reason, Gemini, I'm getting this very strong, starting over, starting from the beginning, but not just in this situation, not just in love, in a lot, moving. I get a lot of you, changing schools, or if you're in college, or housing keeps coming up, money, career. So a lot of big things going on for you towards the end of this year. A lot, fall brings, at least here in the US, or October, it brings new beginnings that may make major changes in your life. The next card you have is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a risk-reward situation. It's understanding, if I get back together with this person, what is the payoff? And not in a business sense, but more of I've been down this road with him. We've had problems before. We always end up in the same cycle. What's the chance that if we get back together, we can fix any of this? Or what can we do differently to where we can fix this? The Seven of Pentacles is assessing a situation almost as if it were a business plan, almost as if you're writing down pros and cons, well, he or she cheated, and can we ever get past this because we keep breaking up because of it, or whatever the situation is. And the Seven of Pentacles is you saying, this is the final, I really feel like, Gemini, you're going, either I'll give it one more chance, new beginnings, we clear all the air from before, no more pointing fingers, no more looking past and only moving forward, or look, we're never going to get over whatever happened. It's always going to result to the same ending. And so I'm going for the new beginning, a whole new beginning. The next card you have is anything tangible throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. Could last for a day. Hopefully this lasts for the whole month. You have the Lover's card, which is your card. You're the second sign to show up this month in their read. And last month I only had one. But so far this month I've had 2, and I've only done 3 reads, which generally, if you've seen my reads, if you show up in your read, you're organically being true to yourself. You are in a state of power right now. You are in a state of anything's possible. You prosperous. You can have anything you want. It almost feels like when you show up in your own read, you're the magician, right? The Lover's card is about duality. It's about a connection. This connection is strong with this person. Last month, I think, if I remember right, you guys had, they wanted you, you wanted them to. There was a lot of love here. So I don't feel like it's a lack of love that's hindering any of this. I feel like it's the fighting, it's the grief, it's the loss, it's feeling sadness all the time. It's makeup, breakup, just love me. I want to love you, just love me. Let's just love each other. Can't we just do that? But what is it that's standing in the way? What is it are you trying to control the situation, and now you're finally realizing you just need to leave it, let go and let God, if whatever you believe in, universe, spirit, God, whatever it is to you? Or, are they starting to realize they can't control the situation? Whatever it is here, it feels like the blockages are stubborn. It really is. Well, I have this expectation. Well, I have this expectation. But, you can come together and compromise on some of this stuff. It just feels like no one's willing to budge. And yet, there's still a lot of love here. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. It could be the beginning, middle, end, last for a day, a week. Hopefully this lasts for a day. You have the Seven of Wands, okay? The Seven of Wands is a defense energy. The Seven of Wands is feeling like you have to defend yourself, defend a decision. Now, again, this is internal, but the Seven of Wands is strategy. It's priorities. So this tells me that a lot of you may already think that the situation, is not going to change. It's going to, yes, we have passion. Yes, we love each other, but that doesn't mean it's healthy. This is where you're thinking with your mind over your heart. And I think that's going to be a battle for you this month, because again, the Seven of Wands is I need to get my priorities straight, and I need to figure out what I want. So I feel like you may be on the defense with this person, or you may be, if you do decide you want a new beginning with this person, I almost feel like you'll feel like you're defending this to your friends or whatever. You really need to do what is best for you. But I really think you need to think about it too. Because when I see the lover's card in this type of situation, sometimes I feel like, yeah, that's great. If the physical's there and if the romance is there and if you guys are attracted to each other and all of this, that's fantastic. But that doesn't supersede things that have happened. And that doesn't mean that this can override lying or hurt or cheating or whatever it is that you've been through. Sometimes that passion, especially the physical kind, cannot supersede or overcome those issues. Those need to be worked out in a different nature, not just, hey, we love each other and the sex is great, or we are totally attracted to each other, or when things are good they're really good, but what about when things are bad? How do we fix that? The next card you have is your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month. Now, the fear is that this situation goes, right? Or that either they're nervous about this or you're nervous about this, because the Six of Swords is abandonment, it's retreat, it's leaving a situation behind. Now, it's also travel, so you could be traveling. Maybe you guys are going to take a retreat together to kind of get away. Maybe you have kids and you need to take a weekend to get just you two and back to the basics. Whatever it is for you, but the Six of Swords is, again, leaving situation or abandoning it. So I don't know if they're nervous that you're going to do that, or you're nervous that they're going to, or both of you are. Because again, this is internal. This is a hope or a fear for the outcome. And the fear looks like one of you is worried that this is it, like they're going to get abandoned or left. And maybe that's what this has to do with too, like this past abandonment issues, a parent who left, a grandparent who left, something like that. And maybe there's abandonment issues tied into this relationship, which leads to insecurities. All right, your outcome is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is somebody who's very very just, and tells it like it is. So I feel like at the end of the day, Gemini, what it's going to come down to is a conversation. It's going to come down to, can we get past this? Whatever it is, can we get past the hurt? Can we get past, is there going to be justice served here? Is it going to be, hey, not you, Gemini, but this other person really fucked up, and I need you to understand that the next 6 months, like, we need to work on building the trust, or this isn't going to happen, or vice versa. Again, cross watchers, don't freak out, because it can be Gemini too. But yeah, see, here's the problem. You're on this defense, because here you go. You have 2 sevens here, 2 5s and 2 7s. And the Seven of Swords is very similar to the Seven of Wands. But this one is more deception, the manipulation. Your worry here, sorry, I had like 8 cards pop out. Your worry here is that if you get back together with this person, that they're going to be deceitful, that you're not going to be able to trust them. And that's why the King of Swords is here saying, you've got to come back full force to where I can trust you 100%, or this isn't going to work. Because again, this is somebody who feels like they've been jaded. This is somebody who'd rather be alone than be with this person. So I just be careful, because I feel like here with the Lovers, they come in and everything's wonderful, but then something doesn't sit right with you, Gemini. There's something still lagging here, and I'll tell you why. Because you have the Seven of Cups here, okay? And the Seven of Cups is almost like right here when I said spirituality and the universe has your back. There's something maybe not quite right here. I'm all of a sudden unsure that I like this person's energy, and that maybe a new beginning with somebody new might be better. And you might learn that lesson pretty quick, because the Seven of Cups is temptation. It's choices. So I feel like maybe this person still has other choices, or they still don't know how to be in a relationship that's, completely monogamous, because that Seven of Cups always makes me nervous when it comes up in a situation like this, where it's like, are they going to be tempted again? And it doesn't have to be tempted like to cheat either. It could be tempted to like drink again or smoke again, or not that those necessarily have to be relationship breakers, but they very well can be relationship breaker. Because the Seven of Cups coming up here, and you having the Seven of Swords, which is feeling deceit, manipulation. I just don't know if you guys can get over what's going on here. I really don't. I don't know that you guys can get over what happened here, because I feel like you're always going to think they've got something else going on, and there's a possibility that they do have something else going on, especially with that showing up here. Because like I said, the Seven of Cups is a type of temptation. It is a type of, wishful thinking, almost like the grass is always greener. Is that how they're always going to approach this? Are they always going to be 1 foot in and 1 foot out? And you don't deserve that. You deserve something new then. Now you have the Hermit right here, and the Hermit card is solitude. I feel like this is you. If look, Gemini, if they don't come back 100%, where you can believe, trust, and have faith in this relationship, and maybe it does come back as more of a physical than anything, you're going to be wise because you have these two cards saying no. And Virgo goes in their man or woman cave and says, nope, I need solitude. I'm not going to give this any more time and attention. You're not giving me what I need or want. And I'm not playing these games. I'm not doing it anymore. What's interesting here is you have Justice, okay? And Justice is Libra's card. So you could be, oh, and I think I may have called this Virgo. This is the Hermit, but it's Virgo's cards. You could be dealing with Virgo or have Virgo placements. And then you'll have Justice, which is Libra's card. So you could be dealing with a Libra, have Libras. But this is absolutes. This is cause and effect. So either they're going to do something to screw this up again, or you're going to decide, it comes down to justice. It's interesting too. Justice can represent marriage, but I don't feel like that's happening here at all. I feel like it's almost like you have new opportunities for new beginning. This person comes back in. Oh, but I miss you. Oh, I love you. Da 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 da. Yada yada. Yeah, if you know what I'm talking about with yada yada. And then all of a sudden, but you realize the behavior didn't change. So you go back into solitude, and then you go with a new beginning, and justice is served. Because I don't know what the fuck they think they're doing, but I feel like for some of you, man, that energy just pisses me off. For some of you, this person is like, I got this. They'll take me back, but I can still have like maybe my temptation. Like again, like I said, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Where are they going? What are they doing? You don't have time for this. So for a majority of you, like I feel like yeah, they're coming back. I don't know that their intentions are very great, but I don't think it's gonna matter because just this ace shines like a diamond. So if it doesn't work, you're gonna find out real quick and move on real quick. All right, Gemini, have a great October. Bye.